Winters, a small country to the north. Snowwood boarding house. I am Paula, and I'm with another friend, Ness. We are trying to contact you. If you hear me, please wake up and head south. Only you, though far away, can save us, Jeff. Please hear my call and begin heading south. Jeff, you are a friend who we've never met, but you are our one and only hope. Getting dressed in light speed! Ah, Jeff, I just dreamt that you and I were taking a walk. What's wrong? Jeff, where are you going in the middle of the night? You know the dorm rules, right? If you get caught, you'll get punished big time. What's wrong, Jeff? All right, there must be some reason that I don't understand. I won't stop you. But it's dangerous to leave without taking anything along. Hey, I think there's some stuff in the locker room that you should get. I'll help you get out of here. Welcome back to more EarthBound. Last time, we explored the haunted town of Threed, and that got us worse than nowhere. This time, the fate of Ness and Paula rests in the hands of Jeff. I heard a creature called Tessie lives in the southern lake. I don't believe it. I think someone made a model and placed it in the lake. I heard a more interesting story than the rumor about Tessie. It's about the cave boys at Stonehenge. Many claim to have actually seen them. I wonder if the rumor is true, that the center of Stonehenge has an entrance leading someplace. Someday, we should check it out. I'm sleepy. I'll wash my face, brush my teeth, do my business, and go to bed. Exactly the reaction that I would have about sitting around in the middle of the night listening to children argue. I'm so sleepy. Tony's birthday party is tomorrow. I hand-decorated each cookie to pass out at the party tomorrow. If you're going outside, stop by and say hi to Maxwell before you leave. He always looks out for the younger students. Maxwell is still working hard in the lab downstairs. Anyway, these days there are many dangerous animals wandering around outside. If we open one of these presents, every one of them has a cookie inside. Jeff takes it. Jeff, I can't believe you could do something so nasty. When I was a kid and came here for the first time, I just went, ooh, lots of items everywhere, opened all of them, and then talked to him, and that was the first thing he said to me, and I was like, what? What did I do that was nasty? Is this referring to something that happened earlier in the day that I, the player, don't know about, and I'm gonna find out at a later time? And then I found out that that's what he meant on a repeat playthrough. It took me a while before I actually learned how this room was supposed to work because, you know, I just see items and I grab them because they're free. And they're mine to have for a good cause because I'm saving the world and all, you know? All this world-saving business has turned me entitled, hasn't it? Oh, Jeff and Tony, you startled me. Are you looking for a late-night snack? I'm having some trouble with my project. If only Jeff's father, Dr. Ananuts, were here. He'd be able to provide a great deal of help. I've heard he's an astounding person. He was the first leader of our Ultra Science Club. I heard he's greater than Einstein or Heisenberg. Rumor has it he's also very strange. If you're heading to the locker room, take this key along. It's a little bent, though. Jeff got the key to the locker. If you leave, call me and I'll record your adventure. It's like saving the game. Tony, sorry the thing they're eating at your birthday party only recovers 6 HP. It's peasant food. Inside the locker room... Wait, what? Did it? Oh, okay, I thought I selected the key to the locker and it did that, okay. Key to the locker, key to a regular locker. We use it and we find... This key doesn't work. This key, it doesn't work. It's bent. The key didn't work, did it? No, the key, it didn't work. It's bent. I thought that might be the case, so I just invented the machine that opens doors, especially when you have a slightly bent key. Sorry for the inconvenience. Jeff got the bad key machine. If you are Dr. Ananuts' son, you should be able to repair small tools and make them useful. Just try to keep a positive attitude. I'm pretty good at that. The bad key machine. is one of the very few items in EarthBound that we actually have an official appearance of. If you've ever wondered what this thing looks like, oh god, it's brilliant. It's just like a zillion keys attached to a piece of measuring tape for some reason. I don't know, but that got an unbelievable laugh out of me the first time that I saw it. Actually, it's probably pretty believable because it just got a pretty big laugh out of me right now. Well, we have the bad key machine, and we can open up all these lockers and they all have items for us. While I'm doing that, I'd like you to listen to this simply wondrous theme. This theme is known in the overall EarthBound series as Snowman, and this is the only place in the whole game it plays, and I've always been sad that you can't ever hear it again after this point, because I always wanted to come back in here just to hear the music. In fact, as a kid, I would stay in here for long periods of time just to hear the music, and right now I'm just staying on the screen right now so I can talk to you about how long I spent here talking about the music. Let's go. So mystical, isn't it? I think that's the best way I'd describe it. It's just like glittery snow spinning all around you. Oh, it's wonderful. I'm gonna teach you something that I did not know until, honestly, a few days ago. We're gonna throw away the pop gun and not equip it. Why would I do that? Because this locker's behavior tells it to give you a pop gun if you don't already have one. It is not a single-use thing. If you throw away your weapon, you can just keep getting as many out of the locker as you want. Maybe it's part of how scientific this community is, where when you throw something on the ground, it warps back to where it's supposed to be so you can never lose it. Maxwell's really ahead of his time. It's pretty funny. I'll take that pop gun, raising my offense a little bit. And that's about as well equipped as we're going to get. Tony's face is so funny. He's just like, oh, all the time. I don't know. This part of the game is such a memorable one for me, and I almost don't want to leave it, but I guess we have to. Once we go outside and poke fun at the fact that the front of this building looks like a really deformed walrus. Yeah, Jeff, about the same reaction that I had. Okay, now use me as a step and climb over the gate. Well, I'll say goodbye for now. I don't know where you're going or why, but remember, we are best friends forever. I always thought it looked like that thing in the middle hit him in the crotch. I think I might want to frame by frame that to look at it. Welcome to Winters. As it said, a small country in the north. Winters is not a part of Eagleland, but a separate country known as Foggyland. It's never name-dropped in the game itself, but that is what it is in a lot of official works. Drugstore, best friend. I had that burned into my memory because it was a trivia question I got wrong as a kid. Once we're here, we can call Maxwell Labs, and as a kid, I had this completely wrong. Heck, as an adult, I had this completely wrong. I didn't understand that Maxwell Labs was actually his first and last name. I thought it was just the name of his labs and the room that he was working in inside of the school. He'll make a record of your journey just like Ness's dad, and he's the only one that we're able to call. We're on the road. We're hoofing it. We are ex-convicts now, escaping from the prison that is elementary school. That's what my friends and I called it. If we're really skipping town and living off the land, we could use some money for our travels. I said we could use some money, not that we were getting any money. Jeff does not have his own bank account. He is not able to access all of the money that Ness's dad has been depositing into Ness's account. So that's nice. Does not matter how many enemies you defeat, you will not be able to access any money from the ATM. And by the way, yes, that is how you get money added to your bank account, and the amount is determined on the enemies that you defeat. I can see how that would be confusing to some people, but to me it's just kind of normal, so I appreciate those of you asking me what determines the amount of money, because I can see how it'd be kind of confusing, because not a whole lot of games do something like that. Bubblegum here is incredible! You should see the size of the bubbles I can blow! There's a monkey at the entrance. Take the monkey. He's really noisy. What? The kid wasn't. If you buy a pack of bubblegum, you can have the monkey for free. Otherwise, it'll cost you $1. So do you want him? Who are you to decide that a monkey's life is worth $1? All because of your preconceived notions of what is considered noisy. Yeah, we'll take it. Jeff got the pack of bubblegum, spelled P-A-K, because it was the 90s, and it's probably also because of what Nintendo had the trademark on. Give me some gum. The monkey got a piece of bubblegum from Jeff and blew a bubble. We lost Tony, and we gained a monkey. The bubble monkey joins us. Hey kid, what do you think of that? Is it cold outside? Ah, changing the subject now that I got you beat with my monkey. Okay, yeah. My snarkiness aside, this drugstore is the source of a bit of a tale of mine, and because we're not going to have another opportunity to talk about this, I do kind of want to dilly-dally for a moment to tell you about something that I have done when playing this. I've told you that EarthBound is a beloved game that many people have played through dozens and dozens of times, and oftentimes when you've played a game that much, you start doing things to vary up the experience to see your favorite game in a new light. There is the 1 in 128 challenge, which I've never done. Some people become speedrunners, sure. But in this drugstore, I would like to introduce you to another type of challenge. Something that I've seen called lately as T-Rex Bat Percent. These items you are not meant to have for a really, really long time. Jeff can't even equip any of them except for the Coin of Silence, so there's not much benefit to you doing this. The only way to get money into Jeff's little grubby hands is to go around Winters, kill enemies, have them drop items, come back here, and sell them. By doing so, you can get all these items you're not meant to have. It does take several hours. I guess you could also buy a picnic lunch, which we haven't gone over yet, is a pretty good HP recovery item, and a Skip Sandwich DX is a better Skip Sandwich, what it says on the tin, or I guess on the wrapper in that case. This takes hours. Several hours. But you know what? Speaking as somebody who's done it one playthrough, I'm happy I did it once. It was kind of amusing. Even though it is very grindy beyond your worst nightmares, and I'm not really making it sound all that exciting, it's just kind of something that I'm glad I can say I did. And besides, grinding can be fun. If you got the right music, and you got friends with you, and you just kind of are doing something very monotonous together as a group where you all have a copy of the game and you're doing something like that and you just make a night out of it, you get on subjects that you wouldn't otherwise get on, and it opens a lot of things up, and it just kind of makes for a really memorable experience. At least it's how I feel. Also, I like how the bubble monkey's butt is visible right there. That's pretty good. Yeah, so I'm a pretty big fan of this. I wouldn't recommend it for a first-timer by any stretch, but if you've played it before, there is something to be said about grinding up on enemies for hours and coming out just dangerously overpowered to the point where your biceps are practically about to explode. We'll go into this tent. The tame animals have become wild. Something evil is going on. I don't know why, but I kind of like this kid. He has a nice sprite. I like his green sweater, and I always remember that line. He's one of those characters that even though he doesn't say anything particularly funny, I just always know what he's going to say before he says it. You can go into this tent and have some tea time. As often as you would like, getting a full heal. That's pretty nice. To briefly give an idea of how tough this is, I've won a few cookies off of some spiteful crows, and they are $3 a pop. It's not too unreasonable to afford some good healing items that are much better than cookies by doing this, though you're probably not going to do much better than that. On the plus side, by hanging around the drugstore, you get to look at one hot pineapple. Going back out into Winters, we're not going to be doing that anymore. Just kind of a little tale that I want to share with you. Hey, new enemy, the runaway dog. You might be saying, hey, that's not a new enemy. Heck, you even joked about it flexing its arm, fifth leg like a bicep or whatever, or something else or another that you said. No. This actually differs from the ones that are found in a net. They have the same stats, but... Come on, Bubble Monkey, there you go. Bubble Monkey will alternate scratching his head and doing attacks. He hits for a pretty decent amount of damage. He is AI controlled, so he will never get hurt. Enemies will only go for Jeff. These have a 50% chance of dropping bread rolls, which are sadly the biggest moneymaker that you are going to find for that challenge if you ever want to do it. Runaway dogs are your friends. Bread rolls are good healing items for measly level 1ers, so I'm happy for that for a different reason. I should also mention that while I was going back up to the drugstore, Jeff grew to level 3. Dref. Bubble Monkey! Bubble Monkey's weird movement patterns will get you into so many fights that you did not otherwise mean to get into. Alright, so Jeff works radically different from everyone else. He does not bash, he shoots, because he fights using guns. It's a pop gun, don't worry. Still gotta be playful enough. Wow, about as effective as a real gun on a dog, wasn't that? Okay, no, that's oddly dark. Alright, so Jeff shoots. Because he is not actually hitting anybody over the head with anything, he's not able to get smash attacks. He is not well versed in the art of headshots. This already sounds pretty bad, and it's about to sound a lot worse. A lot of people believe that Paula is the weakest character. That is not... Well, there we go. Well versed in the art of headshots. Offense went up by 1, defense went up by 1, guts went up by 2, IQ went up by 1, luck went up by 2, max HP went up by 2, and we get a bread roll. Jeff is the weakest character in terms of offense. To make up for these downsides, his regular attack never misses. You can be certain that any regular attack that you do with Jeff will do at least a little bit of damage, so that's kind of nice. I think we'll get into a few more fights so I can show a little bit more of how he works before we move on, plus I do just want to get a little bit stronger. You notice that I gained IQ on that last level up, but I didn't gain PP, and that is IQ's established sole purpose. I also don't have any PP. That's right, Jeff is not psychic. He is just a regular kid, but he uses his wits about him, and he does have his own secret talents, is what we'll call them. This already sounds incredibly disappointing and like he's naturally the worst party member. I mean, come on, lower attack than Paula, and he's not even psychic? But as disappointing as it might sound, I want you to give Jeff a chance. He might not seem like much now, but I guarantee you, as you realize what sort of powers he does have, he will not let you down. And I like the fact that somebody who is not psychic, you know, and is just kind of a regular kid, but is just really smart, manages to be helpful to the cause. It's something that I see a lot of fiction kind of have a problem with. Like, I mean, come on, we all know how useless the human characters were in the later seasons of DBZ, let's be real. So I like that a lot about him. There's what I was trying to show. Yes, if you couldn't tell, I was stalling because we had not seen this enemy yet, the Gruff Goat. It's by far the strongest enemy that we're able to fight in this sector of Winters, and we could also show off some more of Jeff's abilities. He might not seem like he has a lot to him now, but hey, he has a protractor, right? What does that do? Now we can fairly easily figure out the angle of various things. Yeah! Some people think that the ruler and protractor have secret uses that make Jeff stronger in some ways, but they don't. That's just a rumor. There is no hard data to support that. What Jeff does have, and this is not much, but it's pretty much the only thing setting him apart other than the never missing thing in a positive way, is the spy command. Jeff is somewhat of the thief type, is how I describe him. Gruff Goat's offense is 8, defense is 23, vulnerable to fire and freeze, open to hypnosis. He will tell you the weaknesses of an enemy, and if they happen to have an item on them, he will take it and add it to his own inventory right away if you just want to grind for items and not actually gain any experience. Again, it's not much, but it's something. Gruff Goat just has a rammed and trampled you, which is a weak attack, and it has the tore into you, which is a strong attack. It's a very basic enemy. But still, you know, it's kind of strong. Bubble Monkey's butt being visible. I like that. If there's anything else, you can walk through these trees. There's your hot speedrunning tip for the day. And if there's anything else very minor, I'm gonna heal up. And I'd like to show you that, let's try... I'm gonna try to drop the bad key machine. You shouldn't throw the bad key machine away. What if I try to drop the pack of bubblegum? Don't spit your gum out, even if it has lost its flavor. That's pretty clever. But you wanna know what else is clever? Leftover beta content. If you go to help on the pack of bubblegum, which oddly sounds like go to hell, this is the Balloon Monkey's favorite. It will not help you recover, but you'll also never run out because it's a super jumbo pack. If you have not guessed from that, Balloon Monkey is the character's Japanese name, and according to early screenshots and that item description, it was going to be his English name for a time as well. That's just simply a leftover from when that was, well, in that stage. Nothing in this tent, and we go down and we see some various official policey looking dudes with binoculars. Word has gotten out that we are escaped. We need to hurry. Bubble Monkey. You need to hurry. Come on, Bubble Monkey. Yes, okay, you made it. Good. All right, we just gotta get through these woods without them turning and facing us so we don't get returned to the Snowwood boarding house. All right, I'm gonna take him out from behind. Let's go for a headshot. So, you've also been bitten by Tessie Mania. You're in luck. We may be able to see Tessie tomorrow. I can't wait. You're right. We're here at Lake Tess to see Tessie. We're known as the Tessie Watching Club. When I was a kid, I thought that these guys were what I was just pretending. Maybe monkeys don't like gum. I thought that these guys with binoculars were out looking for us and we couldn't let them see us. So I was sneaking around trying to figure out where to go without them seeing me. And finally, when one of them did turn and face me and nothing happened, that was when I figured out that, oh, I can just talk to them. It's kind of an interpretation that I could, you know, see other people having too. If I find Tessie, do you think I get to be in the newspaper? I'm looking for my 15 minutes of fame. There is a phone in here, which I kind of have questions about how exactly that works. I won't fight it much, but not like I really have anything to worry about because I'm not even using it. I'm gonna go into these tents. We're going to become intense. I'm the cook for the Tessie Watching Club. How about some stew? No, there's no need to pay me. You are a friend who I have never met before. Jeff, head south. I am Paula. If you hear this message, go to the south. Working through the night, Jeff fixed the broken spray can. After being fixed, the broken spray can became the defense spray. Back in Berglund Park, I highly suggested against spending $500 on a can of defense spray. That same shop sold broken spray cans for, I think, 18 bucks. This is why I recommended against it. There's another one of Jeff's talents. Any item that has broken in the name, he is able to repair it and make it into a usable good. With items like defense spray to raise your defense in any situation, he's a little bit more helpful now, wouldn't you say? He has some other things about him, too. No, I don't want to... You're full, aren't you? Yes, I just had some, and then I went to bed. It's now daytime. Maybe the whirlpool is... This is what we've been waiting for! Finally, it's coming out! Excuse me. Tessie is emerging. That guy's great. What a cute little monkey. Oh, you just say the same thing as last night. That's boring. Well, we get to see Winters in the daytime. I'm getting Mike Wazowski. No! The leaf is covering his face! I'm a photographic genius if I do say so myself. Wow, what a great photograph! It will always bring back the fondest of memories. Thank you for that photo, man. Thanks a lot. Kyaki kaku. Give me some gum now. Kyaki cookie. Go. I'll take care of everything. Today, we have proved a scientific theory. Someone did take a plastic model and put it in the lake. Next time on EarthBound, we explore the southern portion of Winters, which is the same cardinal direction that Paula wanted us to head in. We're a few feet closer to our goal. See you guys then.